Welcome to a video version of episode 32 of the podcast Success and Inner Growth. My name is Johannes Stockburger. I am the founder of Javavo Publishing. Our mission is to help those who are running against a glass ceiling. We guide them out of their trap and help them to find their own path, following their personal mission given to them by their soul. Today's topic is the plan with 4 layers. A plan with 4 layers. If you want your plan to fly, you need to breathe life into it. Why? After all, a plant is neither an animal nor a plant. Indeed, for most people, a plant is not breathing, growing, evolving, morphing like a plant producing flowers and fruits. But yours, your plant. Shouldn't it evolve and swing? Obviously, you like a plant bringing flowers and fruits into your life. But for that, your plant needs the ability to adapt. Creating a plan that brings fruits is the overarching topic of a small series in the Success and Inner Growth podcast. Today, we are not yet moving to a rhythm of a breathing, growing, swinging and even dancing plan, although that is our goal in this pair of episodes. Instead, we start out by studying the different components of a plan with 4 layers, their tasks, behaviors and needs. The 4 layers of your plan. I call the components of my plan the 4 layers. Let me introduce them: the roadmap, the resource plan, the growth plan and the action plan. If you want to reach your goal, they need each other for mutual support. Let me give you an example. If you want to breathe the air and enjoy the scenery on the peak of the Kilimanjaro, you must know the steps to reach the foothills of the mountain and the different paths from there to the peak. This is the roadmap. But that is not enough. Your growth plan guides you through the acquisition and development of gear and skills you need to reach your goal. Your resource plan helps you building up the resources you need to reach the peak of the Kilimanjaro and to return home afterwards. The resource plan guides you through acquiring the time, money and energy you need to spend for the gear, guides, transportation and accommodation necessary to reach your goal. It helps you to have the right amount of the right resource at hand at every step of your journey and to spend it in the right order. Your action plan helps you to do the right thing at the right place at the right time. Acquiring the proper resources when you need them, collecting the necessary skills and gear in the right order. Obviously, all this needs action. It needs finely choreographed action, taking one step after another, moving, jumping, retreating, coming back. Today, we have a deeper look at each of those layers of a living plan. This is the first step we have to take on our path to a powerful arrangement, allowing us to fulfill our mission while enjoying the path of our life. The roadmap. If we want to rule our own life and fulfill the mission our soul has set out for us, we must follow our personal path. The starting point and the destination. To move on our path, we must of course know where we want to go. In other words, we must know our destination. A clear purpose of our journey is a necessary condition for creating a roadmap, but it is not enough. If we do not know where we stand, we cannot plot a path to our destination. Therefore, we need also a starting point. There is no roadmap without starting point and destination. But a straight line from a starting point to a destination does not make a useful roadmap for humans. For birds, this might be a different story, but even they would have to know something about the wind and the weather on their journey. challenges and milestones. On the path of our destiny, we meet always challenges and barriers. They serve as milestones, as catalysts and stepstones, guiding, pushing and pulling us to the next level of our personal development. Although some of the barriers will surprise us, it is worthwhile to identify the upcoming challenges as early as possible and to mark them on the roadmap. This helps us to prepare for them and to measure our progress. Mostly, those obstacles and challenges demand that we build more leverage. Therefore, we can overcome them by growing a bit further, adding wisdom, knowledge, skills and resources to our life. Stars and role models. Stars and role models help us to stay on the right direction. There is no reason to emulate a single one of them. Remember the saying, you have to live your own life, all others are already taken. But as we move, our distance to and our perspective of those role models change. This works out the way sailors in ancient worlds used the stars to navigate through the oceans, determining their position and their course. It is up to us whom to choose as stars and role models. They might be persons whom we have experienced and observed in our personal life, like parents or grandparents. Famous contemporary figures out of our reach with remarkable success serve as orientation points. We can use saints honored by the churches as our stars. Even figures like Ulysses or Hercules from a Greek mythology can support us as points of orientation. Your stars should be visible and outstanding, like landmarks. Variety is here as important as in your personal network. Personal role models should represent and embody the different human archetypes. Their purpose is to reflect your own personal evolution and tell you at every moment where you stand. The growth plan. Growing means adding wisdom, knowledge, skills and resources to our life. We accumulate them as investments if we care and dare to do so. Together they allow us to make an impact in the world. Additionally, wisdom and knowledge cater to the needs of our soul for its own evolution and growth. The more wisdom, knowledge, skills and material resources we have already accumulated, the faster we can grow them further. Together they help us build leverage. Such leverage allows us to overcome even the steepest challenges and biggest obstacles popping up on the path to fulfill our mission. This is the place where the magic happens. If we do it right, we can grab the opportunities passing our way all the time and experience exponential growth. The resource plan. The resource plan provides answers to the following questions. Which resources do I need for my next step? How do I get access to the necessary resources? But this resource plan is not only concerned with money. It plans, observes and controls the flow of our time, energy and money. The task of a resource plan is to ensure that we have always the necessary resources available. If we run low on one of our 3 key resources, we must adapt our action plan and direct our activities to replenish the resource running low. If such a problem persists, it is a sign that we are running against a hidden obstacle or challenge. Chances are that we haven't mapped out that little friend on our roadmap properly. The action plan. Positive results without focused actions do not happen. Your action bears fruit in the form of information, skills, better understanding of your environment. Action lets you move along your path to success. To focus Your activities, you must plan them day after day. What if you do not make conscious decisions about your activities? In the best case, nothing, but in most cases your leverage and resources start to decay. Bringing your plans with 4 layers to life. In this episode of Success and Inner Growth, we covered the components of a plan with 4 layers. In the next one, coming soon, we will explore how to turn this layered plan into a system. Why is that important? Every army in the world and every successful corporation knows very well that it cannot execute any plan exactly as it was conceived. The plan must evolve. But that does not mean stopping to plan. To the contrary, strong organizations spend vast resources on systems adapting and tweaking their plans continuously and planning for scenarios. If you plan only for one way and events take a sudden turn into another direction, you are at a loss. You would better have been prepared to grab the arising opportunities. Invitation. If you want to find out more about me and Javavo Publishing, I invite you to a free one-to-one strategy session, where we can find out whether we are a good fit to take the next steps together. If yes, it is fine, but if not, it is also good. In any case, we will spend an interesting and inspiring hour together. You find the link to register in the comment section.